Allison.
Hello.
I think.
Can you see me? Can't see you.
Huh. Let me just check and see my settings. Hey, Allison,
Hey,
can you hear me?
I can hear you. I just can't see you.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Okay, there. Can you see me?
I
Yay.
can see you. Lovely. How
are
are
you
you?
doing? I apologize. I brought my lunch. I forgot, and all of a sudden I looked at the clock and said, "Oh my goodness, it's time." But have you been doing the free Profit Canvas training for the new group coming
Yes.
in?
Well, kind of. I asked them to put me back on it again because I wanted to watch and see, really take in what happened when we went through it ourselves, so that I could really understand what was going to be delivered, because I've got a couple of people that could be interested, and I'd kind of forgotten what it was that we'd gone through because we'd moved so far ahead of that.
Yeah, it seems like it's that she's doing much greater depth earlier on.
Oh, really? I haven't watched it.
Yeah. Take a look at video 3,
Okay.
and so it makes me a little jealous. Saying, "Oh, can't we take it again, please, please?"
But you've got people that you've signed up, haven't you?
I don't know that they've signed up. I think when I talk to them individually, they're saying, "Well, not now, or maybe after the torpedo factory has died, maybe." Yeah, it's so that's unfortunate. So I don't know that I've got any takers right now, but.
No, I figured I was gonna be. This is just between you and mine. It's being recorded, isn't it? But anyway, just between us, I figured what I would do is see if I could find people that wanted to do it, and actually give them back my bit of money that I get to sweeten it.
Yeah, well, that's an idea.
Because it's quite a lot of money, isn't it? So
it is a lot of money. Yes.
Then I don't know. My husband says that's daft. I need to get my own money back first and then start sharing that one. We'll see. Yeah, he said if you get enough people that it pays for the course for the first time round, then after that you can start being generous. Hello, Camilla.
Hi.
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 How are you?
Good. How are you?
Me? Yeah, good. Finally able to make it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get it so that it features the person who's talking. I don't really. There we go. There. I don't know. It used to do that automatically, and I don't know why it's not doing that now.
So who do we think is coming on the call today? Marianne. Jody's going to join us in half an hour. Marianne, I don't think is going to, is she?
She isn't? I thought she was.
I thought she said
Anne's going to join us late.
Yeah, I thought Marianne said that she got visitors.
Yeah, she would try to make it.
Dee has kind of disappeared off the face of the earth. Bless her. If you're watching this, Dee, we miss you.
Yeah.
Oh,
Beata! I was just about to say I wasn't sure if you were going to come on. It must be, you're later than Camilla, aren't you? Or are you the same as Camilla?
Yes, the same.
The same.
Well, 7, yeah.
Yeah. Dinner time.
Yes. Why? Yeah, exactly. I was gonna say 9 o'clock.
Okay.
So
What are we talking about this evening then?
yes. I would like to know if because if you've talked about and if you have some good experiences with growing your email list, or is that still an issue for everyone? Because I've had some luck with mine, but and it seems to be working well, but I don't have enough people, so I need more people on my list still.
Well, how did you get those other people?
I did. I got those on in a post on Instagram.
Good.
Where I said that, check out the link in my bio and sign up for, and they were so I have 10 people, and I have me and my husband. That's 2, and then I have a friend who's not an ideal, who's never gonna buy from me because my work is not her style. So she's just there for fun. So I have maybe 5 potential buyers.
But you have me on your list.
Instagram. What?
You have me on your list.
Oh yeah. Sorry. I have you on my list. Yeah, but you didn't use my coupon.
Sorry?
You didn't use your coupon is expired.
Oh, that's it. I'm not buying anything off you now.
No, I've been really lucky. I think because I sold the painting on Tuesday, and yesterday I got a commission from those 5 people. Yeah, my first commission ever. So email seems to be the way to go for me. I have more. It works better than Instagram. So I have to just find more people. Yeah.
Did you go back to that woman that you clicked on 12 times?
Yeah, that was the one. She ended. I sent her a mail. I sent a few people who had opened my mail several times. I sent those a reminder with the time, a countdown, just saying, just reminding you that the coupon will expire. And I thought you might like to know that you don't have to. And I just sold this painting yesterday, and the woman who bought it from me, she asked me if she wanted to commission me, if she had to know before the coupon expired exactly what she wanted, something like that. And that made them feel safe, I think. It made her feel safe. So she booked the commission because she wanted one, but she doesn't know yet the size and the colors.
Okay.
So the fact that I wrote in the email, you just have to write, I want to use my coupon code on a commission. That's it. And that made the difference. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Cool.
We'll have to get you to do all of that marketing for us.
I'm probably just lucky because I have 2 people on Instagram who were genuinely interested, and then the coupon made the difference. But it's good. It's nice. I'm really scared I won't be able to do the commission.
Of course you will.
You won't be able to. You will.
Don't be silly.
Yeah, you will.
I'm sorry, I'm not going to listen to this. This is just silly. Of course you can do it. But at the end of the day, what you say to people is, this is the work that I've produced. If you don't like it, you do not have to have it. It can just go in my collection. And that takes the pressure off you, and it takes the pressure off them.
Yeah, I did actually put that on my website. She pays the deposit now, and she gets the deposit back if she doesn't want the commission. And that's that's how you do it also.
Yeah.
That's correct.
You have to. I have friends that do pet portraits. That's all they do in colour pencil, and they have to say that, because if you haven't caught the essence of that pet, they're not going to want it. But somebody else might look at it. Oh, that's a sweet little dog or sweet little cat, and have it anyway. So, it's not worth causing an upset over.
No.
You still have a reputation that you're trying to build.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. No, I want one happy customer. For sure. So
right, there's a message here from Marianne. Somehow the string of former Hangout connections got erased when I messed it up during our last call. Let me just tell her.
Yeah. Because I think, didn't she post it both in Hangouts and on Facebook, or maybe just Hangouts?
Okay. See what she says.
So none of you has a lead magnet that seems to be working well, or a way to get people on your list?
No.
My list was already pretty full, so yeah. So I don't know. I'm not in the same boat because I have a guest book here, and that makes all the difference in the world. Is having that guest book. If I didn't have the guest book, I wouldn't have a list. So any opportunity you have to bring along a guest book at any exhibition, or passing out your card, or collecting cards, business cards, I really don't know how I would grow it from scratch, other than that.
And of course, one of the issues that the three of us face is that we have to collect the information in such a way that we comply with GDPR as well. So just having a guest book doesn't work, unfortunately, unless there's a great big sign there that says by signing this, you are agreeing to go on my list.
Right.
Which is it's difficult. What I've actually started to do is I've said to people, give me your contact details so that I can let you know, like for the class that I ran, so I can let you know when the next class is, for instance. And then what I will do is every so often email that group of people and say, I have your details because you're on my class list. Just wondering if you'd like to receive my either sign up to my mailing list or sign up to read my blogs.
That's great.
How I get the people in. But we have to be really careful about how we collect that information and use that information to begin with.
Yeah.
So, hey ho. I get
there. Yeah.
So, what are you other working on? Are you all doing the small painting challenge?
Yeah, are you going to do it?
I don't. It depends on how much I stress over that commission piece, and it will. I don't know, but I thought it was such a good idea that I would actually love to do it.
Marianne is saying that it takes her to the installation of the Hangouts apps, which she already has, but she can't. She says, and I can get to nowhere. That's a double negative. That means you can get somewhere. Anyway, I have to put up the app and see the link on it, click on it, and I'm in. I don't understand.
Is she trying from the computer or her phone?
She usually calls from her phone.
From the okay, that's where.
Shoot.
And we can't add someone to this?
Well, it looks as though, let's see here.
Clients. 20.
How can we repost the Hangouts connection? Can we copy it and send it to her, maybe?
Yeah.
Maybe I should.
Well, I said to her, Shirley Ann has posted the link for today. Does
Yeah.
that
Yes.
not work for you? And she says no, the link isn't working for her. So it wouldn't matter if we reposted it because it's still not going to work. But that doesn't make sense.
I know.
There's always one.
Yeah. Oh, annoying.
Oh, she's okay. Yeah, but she erased all of her hangouts. So she is, that's the problem. She erased all of her hangout information. So
Okay, what I'll do is I say Shirley Ann is back at 6:30. She'll be back in 15 minutes, won't she? So maybe she will know what to do.
okay. Okay.
Oh, what a shame.
Yeah.
I barely understand Google Hangout, so I'm just staring at blinds here.
I was before you folks got on the line, I was just telling Allison that I'm somewhat jealous of the new enrollees in Profit Canvas because
Yes.
it seems like they're getting a more detailed course earlier on.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really?
Have you found that to be true? I know that you're following the BA, but yeah.
What's the
Is that-
difference
They are
this time?
getting a more detailed course, and they also get a funnel for list building as
They
an
get
early
what?
bird bonus.
Oh, the funnel.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, very early
A
on.
list building funnel, yeah.
That we didn't get.
I would really like to get this one.
I know.
Oh, that's what we all need.
We should
Yeah,
ask her.
that's what we need. Yeah, we should ask her how can we get it?
Yeah, because we've got one more meeting with her, haven't we? So we just say, we just ask all of us, if we all post in there and say, we understand that you're giving this funnel out to the new enrollees, can we all please have it as well?
Or can we continue on with the course? Can we review the course?
Yeah, I would love to follow along again.
I am.
You are?
Yeah.
I am, yeah.
Yep, just the free one, right?
Yes.
Yeah, because I don't know what it would cost. She said last year when she was promoting our course, she said if you wanted to participate again, you could do it for very little fee, but I don't know how little.
Yeah, maybe that's a question to pose to her, because it would be well worth it.
Mm-hmm.
At least I would be a greater advocate, because I've had all kinds of upsets trying to get the word out to my friends, and all my technical challenges were right up front and center. But it's good, because it is forcing me to do it, but I'm alienating those people that I sent it to because like my hyperlinks weren't working, and then I couldn't. It was just, then I did that F name, asterisk, asterisk, and it's just like, oh god, hopeless. But anyway.
Did both of you enroll someone in the free course already? Beata and you? Did you get someone in the free course?
Free course? Yeah, I have a few people there.
2 people.
But yeah.
It's a free course.
9 on the free course. But I just recognized that despite I know their email addresses, I don't have their consent. So I can't send the course details, and so I can't send the offer to them.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can send it as an ordinary email, though. There's nothing to stop you from having a conversation with anybody. It's just putting them on your mailing list that becomes the GDPR problem.
Uh-huh.
So you can write to all of those people that aren't on your list and just say, would you like to be on my list?
Okay, I can try that.
Yeah, I mean, otherwise it would be every time I wanted to email my father, I'd have to ask permission. That would be crazy.
Yeah, that would
Probably would say no, actually.
That, in my situation, that might be good.
Oh dear. But no, under GDPR, we are allowed to contact people. We're just not allowed to put them on lists and effectively spam them.
Right.
So, contact them. That's your job this weekend, Beata. You have to contact them all.
Okay, thank you, Alison. That would be great to earn the $2,000, and I could pay for the ask.
Yeah, it would be great.
Yeah,
I would love to be an affiliate. Maybe next year when I have someone to email a larger list.
Otherwise, the swipe, the email swipes are really great for courses. But Alexis prepared for this Profit Canvas course. Those are really great.
So do you think then, Beata, that the Ask course will give you the answers that you're looking for?
I'm not sure. Absolutely not sure. I would need the so for example, I have no idea where's the problem is in my lead magnet, in my ad, let's say Facebook ad or Instagram ad, or on my landing page. Because I can have clicks on my ads, they go to my landing page, and they don't. Or with my lead magnet, but I have no idea with which one. So on this way, I always need to adjust and make some changes, try it again, and it takes plenty of time.
Yeah. Yeah. I must admit, I personally would not go to Ryan Levesque. I don't believe that he understands art. And I think so for me, that would not be something I would do, but maybe he is the answer. For some people, it's going to be what they want. It's going to be, I don't like the way that we were bombarded with so much stuff and continue to be bombarded with stuff.
Yes, you're right.
It feels a bit
very
desperate.
pushy.
Yeah, yeah, don't like it. That's just me.
Yeah.
I am going to do the Lewis Noble. No, not Lewis Noble. What's his name?
The Johnny Hates Marketing.
Yeah, I'm doing that anyway. But no, the guy's name.
Was it one we heard about in her course?
No, it's the reason that I came to Nicholas Wilton.
Oh yes,
Nicholas
told me that.
Oh, I like him.
Yeah,
I like his style.
Yeah.
I know 3 people here who did his course last year who are absolutely taken off.
Oh, really?
And I thought it was really sad. And I came to Alexis because of an affiliate program that she has with him, but she doesn't ever refer anybody back to him. And I just think that's a bit rude. Can't hear you. Can't hear you.
I did not get anything but one mentioned by Nicholas of Alexis's course. Had you gotten more information?
there was somehow, I'm not quite sure how oh, I know, I had written to them to say that I really wanted to take the course, but it just wasn't going to work for me because of the timing of my art degree. I had a deadline that I had to meet and it fell right in the middle of the course, and there was no point in taking it. And somebody from his team wrote back and said, because I asked whether or not there was going to be another course later on in the year, and they wrote back and said, no, he only does this course once a year, but you could sign up to this course instead. And that was the Alexis course.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I know an artist who participated on Nicolas' course, what he ran personally, and she could improve her art on such a huge level. It was incredible. Yeah.
What is his course about?
It's twofold. One is about producing artwork that is genuine, I suppose. But the other is about finding your audience. He doesn't talk about your ideal client. He talks about your audience. And these three people that I know, they've all gone at it slightly differently. They all know each other. They all live within 50 miles of me. And one of them is running classes and writing books and is just absolutely taken off. Another one is running a course similar to Nicholas's, but taking part in the big shows that I've said I'm going to do next year and doing amazingly well. And the third one is running online courses, teaching various techniques, but also doing the big shows. And they've absolutely taken off. They've become virtually household names amongst the world of artists.
Wow.
I mean,
Wow.
so, and that's in a year, well, 18 months. So,
and how experienced were they before they took his course?
I don't think any more experienced than any of us. They were not. They were just like us. You know, people banging away at. In fact, let's think about it. Karen is probably older than me. Alice is probably a bit younger. She's got a 16-year-old daughter, and Soraya is quite a bit older than me. She's probably in her late 60s. So, you know, but so obviously been doing art for probably 10 years or more.
Allison, would you be willing to post their names? I'd love to Google them and find their websites and see and take a look at their work.
Yeah,
that would be great.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm putting it in now.
Thank you, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Great. I think we have 2 Thursday calls, right? Left or just one?
I think
we have one on Thursday. And no, we have one on October 25th also.
Yeah, we have 2 more. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think what I'd like to do is make that request. Hey, we see that, because I think what she did was, you know how some people were out of the gate very, very early on in our program? Like David Spear, I think that's his name, the fellow that did the duck painting.
Yeah, Dave Spear. Yeah.
And he ended up having, has been through the cycle of getting people enrolled, and then his class went boom, you know, and Verena, you know, had a lot of success at her free, and then wasn't getting people enrolled for the part that, you know, you needed to pay. So I think that's why she's gone ahead and put more emphasis on, you know, once you do the cycle, you've got to keep on, you never stop working. You never stop perfecting it. You never stop taking it to another value, another height, that you're always listening to your customers, always, you know, all I did when I heard this, like, ever there? Are you going to be in perpetual motion for the rest of your frickin' life? Yes, I think you are. But anyway, so it's not to assume that once you grab that ring that it's constant. You can lose your grip, and so I think that in that regard, she is doing an extremely good job of adapting her program for for all of her students, and I really appreciate that.
Sure.
I'm just getting up the websites for these ladies as well, just to make it even easier for you.
Oh, wonderful.
Thank you so much.
Just curious about how the new one will be. How much do you know about the new Profit Canvas, except for just the funnel? There's going to be a funnel training or something, funnel building. Is anything else different?
Well, I think can you sign up for those free videos, Camelia? Because I think you would see it, because this is, I'm trying to look for, this was what she gave out after the second, and it's it's to me, it's more detailed than what we had.
Yeah, it is.
A lot more. And
a lot more detail.
Yeah, and so it's well worth downloading all of the free in that, and even on the financial baseline, if I remember correctly, I think she's added a third page. I mean, she's having them go through in more detail. And we got this in the course, but we didn't get this at the get-go, the free part. So she's amazingly generous, but then you say, wait, I want this.
I put that in.
Where did you find those files? Is that in the free training group?
Yes, in the free training group.
Okay, yeah, I'll go have a look. I wanted to do the free training again, but I'm in the group, but I didn't do the exercises this time.
I don't think it's going to be available much longer.
Okay.
She had said that she's going to retire it soon. So
I should go and have a look.
Yeah. And now she created a lot of hot seat workshops discussing the low-hanging fruit.
I saw that.
And also, what were about not only about the core values, but there was again about the revenue plan. So she created 3 different hot seat workshops, and also an interview with a photographer, how she should develop her own business from scratch. That's also interesting.
Yes.
It's not right, is it? I appreciate she has to grow, but if she's going to give other groups of people more information than she's given us, the very least she could do is email us with upgrades.
Yeah.
Or am I just being...
Because we were the test case for her. We're all test cases, but we give her the information to further develop her course.
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
But the course is still the same amount of money that we pay. Therefore, we are getting less value.
Yeah. Yeah, and otherwise
possibly.
The hot seat workshops would have been good for us as well.
Yeah, maybe if she can give us free, how some programs if you've paid the initial fee, you're in it for life, that you go back and review. Like I think Marie Forleo's program might be like that. I don't know, but they say you can still continue. I don't know.
Well, I've had an email from Megan, that says that we will have all that stuff for life. But that's only good. It's updated.
Well, we will have our stuff for life.
Yeah.
But
But
not
you want the latest, don't you?
Yeah, you do.
Want the latest version.
want the latest and greatest.
Yeah.
I'm doing an Instagram course with Amira Rahim, and that will be constantly updating, and we'll have access to the newest versions, and which makes good sense.
Yeah,
that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to say I do feel cheated, but
So, have you all started your small works challenge yet? I mean, I have not yet. But
not yet.
I'm trying to figure out a theme.
Yeah.
And I ordered some small 6x6 canvases.
Yeah.
Yeah.
6x6. How much is that?
That's 15
centimeters.
by 15 centimeters.
Okay. Okay, so it's supposed to be that small? Is that, or
if you want, you can go.
If you want. Okay.
Yeah. It's meant to be small stuff small stuff that we could sell for Christmas.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Shirley. I see her.
Oh yeah, she's there.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe she can find Mary.
Shirley, can you hear us?
Your microphone's fine. Okay.
Yeah.
Hi. Hi.
Hi.
How are you guys?
Good. Mary Ann's having trouble getting on again, so we were waiting for you to come along so you could get her on board. She says she's managed to delete all of the Hangouts again.
Oh, okay. All right. I'll send the link again. Just sent it again. Okay.
How are you, Shirley Ann?
I'm tired, but I'm fine.
Tired. Busy.
You have no right to be tired. It's late here. It's not late there.
Exhausted. I can't wait for this weekend. I've been up all night working. So.
Wow.
How are you guys? How are you guys doing?
I'm good.
Have you managed to get her on board or not? I'm trying to call her here.
I sent the link again because she usually comes through Google Hangouts instead of she uses the link in Google Hangouts as compared to the one on Facebook. So fan won't go off.
Have you started the small paintings challenge, Shirley?
Yes, I have, and it's been a nice surprise so far. How about you guys?
No.
I've ordered. I ordered 6x6 canvases, Shirley.
Okay, I've ordered supplies too, and most none of them have arrived. So I've only started with what I have. Yeah, I actually I'll show you one in a minute because it's been quite a surprise.
Okay.
Yeah. So what have you been talking about? Fill me in.
Don't know.
We're talking about new
I don't know about the new the changes in the new profit canvas mostly.
Oh, really?
And then,
What? Okay. Any interesting changes?
That's yeah, Michelle or Beata.
I
You
was
know the
just
most.
saying and watching all of the free training exercises, how she's going into much more detail at a very early stage and is already talking about funnels. And she has some more, she's done a lot of little video snippets on core values and this hot seat, videos. And I hope that you all have been watching, but it's made me feel like, boy, I wish I were signing up. Were it not for all of you, boy, I wish that I was signing up now, not 6 months ago, because it makes me feel like we should be allowed to get the upgrade. And,
yeah, that would
or
be
at
good.
least still be enrolled or something, because she's redesigned the course to take into account all the troubles that people have been encountering getting their programs launched, or continuing. In fact, I was just showing them the printout of these free videos.
Oh, wow.
This is the third one. I mean, she has more of, she's talking, the foundation is what our course, dealt with. But then she has got this, the scale and automation. And I don't know how much her program's going to delve into that, but it's like a brand new retested program. And I'm kind of thinking, oh, but I want that.
Yeah.
So
I'm a greedy girl.
Well, of course. I'm curious, as an affiliate, do you have access to you should have access to the new stuff.
I don't know. I really don't know about that agreement. It seems like a lot of the affiliates last time were allowed in, but maybe you have to be an affiliate that produces this number of results, because, and I'm not in the leader bracket. I'm not even, I'm barely on the list. So, I mean, when I have had trouble mastering MailChimp, but I'm getting better. I actually had a hyperlink. Oh, there
she is!
Yay!
Hello.
Hi.
Oh. Hi.
So we were just talking, Marianne, about the new improved Profit Canvas course.
Oh my.
Have you been following the free training?
In all truth, I just decided I didn't need one more thing in my head, so I haven't.
Okay.
Is it pro or con attitude here?
It's pro. That is much more detail and much earlier on. She's given a lot away in the free session.
Yeah,
so
really a lot.
It's making me resentful. Resentful.
You mean she learned a lot from us, in other words?
Exactly.
Yes.
Interesting. I haven't touched anything in the free session, so now I'm curious.
Yeah.
Well,
make sure you try to see them before the page is brought down, if you can.
Okay, I will. I'm curious. I'm definitely curious.
Yeah. Did she do anything that was new?
Yes. Yes, she did. She I was just And I apologize to you all because this is the third time I'm showing this, but this is one of the feedback she gave in the third free session.
Okay.
And she not only goes with the foundation, she talks about scale and then automation. And she's dealing more with it, I think, largely because a lot of the complaints that I heard in our course were that people had started doing this and then, they get this great result at first and then it sort of sputters down. And so like how to keep the momentum going, which means we basically have to be working hard the rest of our lives.
I got that. Yeah, I got that feeling already. Unfortunately, that was sort of caused me to take a deep breath and stand back, which is my normal response to anything that seems daunting.
But let's break this down, girls. Once we've got our heads around this and we're making money, we don't do it. We pay somebody to do it for us.
Bingo.
I'm going to sit and do it.
I really wonder how Dee's arrangement with Upward has worked out for her. I'd be curious. I hope she comes back to this conversation because if it's worked for her, what I would like to do is hire them.
Yeah, that little tidbit of information felt like some salvation. Because I thought if I can just line up some basic stuff, to get them to help me with, yay.
Because we're not supposed to be good at everything.
Yeah.
So let's focus on what we're good at and hire the rest out.
Well, it's not even what we're not good at. It might just, we might be good at something, but not enjoy doing it.
Well, okay, more about enjoying. Well, yes, I could be good, but we don't want to. So I agree. But
I do think it's important that we learn how to do all of it. So
yes.
And I think one of the really big important things to learn is how to do your books. Because if you hand that over to a bookkeeper and you don't understand them, it's very easy for somebody to be able to start stealing from you. So I do think that for all the criticism I have of the course, and I don't believe she's been as honest with us as she could have been, there are elements to the course that I think long term, by learning it ourselves, it will benefit us. Absolutely. We won't have the wool pulled over our eyes.
Right.
Who's got a coffee machine or something going in the background?
Oh, it's my neighbor, and he's drilling. So let me move to the location. Sorry.
So I don't know why. I just wondered what it was.
See, that is the situation above the deck. You see, we've got an open air plenum.
Oh.
And so he's the sculptor, and he works 2 doors down. So oftentimes I need to wear air traffic controller headgear.
Does he make good art?
Let me move over. He does make good art.
Then we'll forgive him.
He's very good, but is this better?
It's fine. I just want, you just think, what on earth is that noise?
Yeah. There we go.
I didn't need to move. That's very kind of you.
It's still very noisy because I am in a public place. So But anyway.
So how much time would you tell the client that you have to spend to make a commission? I was just wondering, like a month or that? What do I say? When can she expect it to be ready? What? Yeah.
How long does it normally take you to produce a piece of work?
But it's difficult because I can't just do one piece from start to finish, so I always jump around.
Yeah. But
and work on several.
what you need to do is roughly how long it takes you to do a piece of work, and then add like extra time. Because if you tell a client that it'll be ready in 30 days and it takes you 35, they're going to be pissed with you. But if you tell them it takes 35 and it only takes 28, they'll be over the moon.
Absolutely.
That's a good point.
I always say 6 to 8 weeks maximum. And if I think for some reason I'm not going to meet that deadline, I make sure they know it, because the last thing I want them to do is feel like they haven't been treated well. And I'll call them. I say, "Can you give me a little bit more time? I'm right in the thick of it. I want to do a little bit more." You know, make it sound like you're trying to improve in their piece.
Yeah.
Okay, I will. I think that's, because I was going to say 4 weeks, but I work part-time, and sometimes my daughter, she gets sick, and then I have to be at home, and also this creating a commission for the first time is already stressful now, because I'm afraid that I won't live up to her expectations, so I'm going to need some time to, maybe I was thinking about maybe I would work on two, the same colors, the same size, because what she wants is something other people would be interested in too. So just to give myself some,
Also give her a choice, I suppose. I've worked on two. Would you like this? Would you like the second one for half price?
Oh yeah.
Well, I wouldn't cut the price, but you can say to her as design that I decided to do more than one at a time. I'll actually give you the opportunity to choose between them, but I would not make one less expensive. And if it's that way, you can release the tension on one of them, and then go back and do the other. Usually, the one that you release the tension on will be better than the one you're trying to get into a certain box.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, show both of them. You'll be happy also that she has a choice, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need to, but you need to offer her the second one a discounted price.
No.
It doesn't have to be a huge discount. It can be the same discount that she's already offered for the coupon.
But she knows exactly where that she will only. She's quite young. I don't think she has money to buy, and she has this place behind her bed, and there's room for just one piece.
Okay.
But I know that the colors she wants are the ones I've showed other paintings in, so I think it's not going to be a problem to sell, and I won't of course make two of the same painting. So I think it will be fine to sell it to another one. Sure. Yeah.
So, did you see the timeline I posted for the challenge?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked. I don't know what you felt about it. Obviously, that information came much later, but it felt very structured, and it felt like something which, if we followed, there could be some success. So,
schedule is inevitably an upset. Just the way it is. But I think it's a good idea to stick to. I just may not start as early. I thought I could start, after we got out of the call, and I looked around. Oh, I don't have any blank 6x6s I can start with. So.
Yeah, I was in the same situation. So I had some watercolor paper. I just cut it up into pieces, because I would have preferred already cut paper. I didn't want to cut it myself.
Yeah.
I just started painting, and it's been a lovely surprise. This is one of them. Somebody already wants it, and I don't want to let it go.
Fantastic.
Oh,
that's very lovely.
Yeah.
Can you talk so that we can see it?
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Okay, so this.
Oh, beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah, so I have 6 so far.
Fantastic.
And yeah, so I tend to say I'm not a structured person. I don't like structure, but apparently I think
You do.
you need structure.
Yeah, you do.
The whole idea of the timeline and
Mm-hmm.
do this and do this, it's been very helpful for me. So I'm looking forward to the rest of my supplies arriving, and I'll tackle health. So that's grand.
I actually went back into my closet and found the small pieces I'd done about 4 years ago that didn't sell any. They were torn watercolor paper and I left a deckled edge on them. And they're not exactly 6x6, they're more like 5x7s. But there were none of them so precious that I didn't feel like painting over them. So I painted over all of them with a neutral tan, and I left the deckled edge undone, which ends up having color on it from the previous painting. So each one of them has a bit of a color signature before I start. And I had to honestly dig for something that would motivate me. And I found there are 2 books that I downloaded but haven't read yet. One is about Notan, Notan, a form of, I think it's Japanese design theory that is about having stronger paintings. It takes me back to design, which were my favorite classes, one class in high school and one class in college. And I've been wanting to get back to reading more so that I could build my general understanding of design. In painting abstracts, I mean, you want that to feed through you as you're doing it without thinking about it. So I figured if I could do this in a form of an exercise to increase my understanding of Notan, that I might be able to get myself to do this on a regular basis. Now, putting it up for sale, I am not sure I will take that step. But I might share it as a process on Instagram as a pursuit of understanding design and composition. It'd be kind of like teaching along with discovery. So there's the framework in which I'm building out of at the moment to try to be excited and feel that this could be fun.
That's good. That's good. Your experience is a little similar to mine with the roses, because with the other 2 styles, I've been doing them for so long. It's more like I know what the outcome is going to be. But with the roses, it's my personal exploration. I want to create a style of my own. And so if you look at the very first one, it's very textbook, very, there's nothing distinct about it. And then I decided to let loose and just, forget about all the rules, put a rose in front of me. And so it's going to, even though I would love to sell them, I find that this is more of an exploration of how I want to paint. And I love that about this, because it's becoming more than just a challenge and creating pieces to sell. So
that sounds good.
Yeah. So it's like it's icing on the cake.
Yeah.
Yeah. Camilla, is it something you're interested in?
I thought it was such a good idea, but now I'm a little, because I just booked the commission yesterday, and I don't know if that's gonna be too much. Because I don't know how much energy I have to put into that. So I'll just see how it goes and what we will agree on that I have to paint, and then take it from there. But I think it's such a good idea. But my thing is, I don't know who I would show it to, because I don't have an email list. Who are you gonna be showing it to? Just on social media, or?
That's the purpose. The real purpose behind this challenge is to use it to build a list. To use these non-threatening pieces at really, low prices compared to our larger works, and just use it as a way to engage and get people. If you look at the instructions to create a list, invite people, and ultimately to create momentum.
Okay. I will look at it again. I think it would be a good idea because I'm considering doing this. There's this Christmas thing where you can, it's like a market, and you can rent a stand, and I could maybe have a table with many small paintings on, and that would be a good thing for Christmas presents and to get myself seen. So I thought about for that.
And I also realize it's not everyone who's going to want to create small works. Whatever, just something to get the creativity flowing and the engagement flowing, whatever it is.
Yeah. Actually, it would probably be a good challenge alongside with the commission, because the commission is already scaring me. And yeah, and actually I did book a commission when I was still on maternity leave, and it was someone I knew, and the price was really, really low, and I ended up getting so annoyed with her that I canceled the whole thing, which was a lot more about me than her. So I don't want to do that again.
Yeah. That's one of the reasons you don't put a commission price too low, because you figure there's going to be some difficulty along the way. Especially if you bring it back to them and they say, oh, would you please make a subtle change to this?
Yeah.
I've had that happen, and I try to include in the price enough annoyance value to be covered by it without being a ridiculously high price. Just a little extra for your own comfort.
So you charge more for commissions than your normal way?
Yeah.
Yes.
Do that.
I have gone back and forth to their house a few times, and then sometimes I'm hanging the work. So I love to have at least. So, and one more thing that I do that this is something that came to me in the last few years, and that's I cut pieces of magazine paper. I go through magazines and I look for color combinations that intrigue me, or pages that are all blues, and I make a file of blue pages, green pages, pink pages, all the different colors, and I will take them with me when I'm and I'll spread all kinds of stuff out on the floor, and I say, show me something that appeals to you. Pay no attention to the subject matter. Just look at the colors. And that's a very telling thing. You'll see what attracts them. Also in their house, you look around at what they've got going already. Make sure you're taking some of that into consideration. Like if they have all warm reds, or they have cool reds, or warm blues, or cool blues, or things like that, I try to note that in my mind, because that'll help me to sort of lean my color palette toward what I think they're already attracted to. Or you ask them, what do you like about your current space? What do you not like about it? So that you get a feel for, is there negativity or positive going on here, and make sure you're aware of it. And that will give you a little pieces of insight into maybe I should stay away from this, or I ought to lean toward that. That's if you get to be in their space. That's not always a possibility.
Yeah, because I offered that, because she lives close to me, so I offered that I gave her two options, that I could come to our house, or she could send me a photo of the wall straight on of the bed and the wall where she wants the painting, and I could, we could play with Photoshop in order to see what sizes, and she had the color. She has a pretty good idea of what she wants for my previous work. So yeah, so I just have very little from the bed I saw about her personality and how she looks.
Yeah. I don't know if this will help. Oh no, I'm sorry. You go, Michelle.
Oh, no, I was just saying, Marianne, those were great suggestions. And what I also do is I interview her, my potential client, and say, okay, I have them identify 3 paintings either on my website or in my studio that they like, and I walk them through. What is it about this particular one you like? And I will give them key questions. Do you like the line work? Do you like the massing? Do you like the composition? Do you like the palette? Do you like the translucency, you know, because I usually play with opaque versus translucent and transparent. And I get a better and better and better idea as it gets more refined about what they like. Now, sometimes I'm completely off the mark, but that happens so rarely. You know, it just. Thank you.
Yeah, I only had that happen once where I completely missed it.
Yeah.
And I actually had to make about 4 trips to her house, and it finally occurred to me this woman was not going to be easily pleased. And then I spoke to her interior designer separately, and that was a real eye-opener. There's a I make certain I speak to them before I place a painting, because either they're going to be owed a commission, which is most often the case, or they will have some insight to the behavior of the person, which can really make it easier for me.
Oh, yeah.
Some people are just they'll warn you up front. Now, she'll want to change anything and everything about this, so you gird yourself, you know, and you make sure your price tag shows your willingness, you know, okay, you know, I might have sold this in my mind, I might have sold this for $1,200, but I'm going to charge you $1,600 or something, because I want that little extra cushion for the annoyance factor.
There's no cushion large enough.
That's really good. I'm gonna use that, and then the Michelle advice. Your advice was really good too. I'm gonna ask her questions to be really specific about what she, because she just loved my painting, she says, but just be really specific about each painting. Yeah, it was a good idea to ask her to find 3, and then go into specifics.
Yeah.
Yeah. Try that.
What I was going to add, and I think it applies to art. When I used to make wedding gowns, I would make 2. After doing it for a while, I realized that people would say they want one thing, and then they wanted something completely different. So I would make 2. I would make 1, and I would follow all the instructions they gave me. And then with the second one, I would design something that I felt would suit the bride and her personality and everything. And 9 times out of 10, they chose the second one. And it goes back to the fact that most of the time, people don't know what they want.
No.
Yeah.
So I don't know how this will apply to painting, but I don't know.
I do that too.
It's not true of anything in life, though. I mean, we don't know what we want. We just know what we don't want.
Yeah.
It's a question of whittling it down, isn't it?
Yeah.
So as the artist, sometimes we need to be in a position where we're free enough to trust our expression, our creativity, our intuition, and then we also follow instructions. So I think, you know, that's what worked for me. So. Beata, what's going on with you?
So I haven't ordered my supply yet for the challenge, but I have started using my material that's available, and I started creating every day. Only intuitive paintings, using my emotions, and I don't deal with any limitations, so just let myself paint freely. And I will see where they're going to end. These are small canvas panels, and it's very difficult now to paint small for me because my emotions are too strong. So it would be much better working on large canvases.
If that's not what you're feeling, don't paint big. If your emotions are big right now, you know, paint big. I don't think there are any rules. It's, you know, just trying. Because I think I saw your Facebook post where you said you were not enjoying the small pieces. So if paint small, paint big. Who knows? You could have an entire show. You know, we don't know. I think ultimately we have to listen to. Is there anything else?
Nothing new. Nothing.
How is it going with them? How is your affiliate thing going?
My affiliates. So I've just recognized that I can't really able to contact, email them according to GDPR rules, but there is recommended to contact them and ask them to sign up to my list. So at least I'm going to contact them. So I have no idea. In my Facebook group, I have 55 people, but it's a really bad time for them because those who said me that they would be interested in, they are traveling now. That's main travel time in Malaysia. So some of them are in Europe, and other ones in Hong Kong and Australia. So they are traveling and they won't deal with Profit Canvas course now. In addition to this, I think in Malaysia there are plenty of possibilities for artists. Not only
Really?
Yeah, plenty of possibilities. For example, there's a court case going on, and even the court hired an artist to paint the participants because that's an important court case. Two Chilean people accused to murder a local, and there's the international journalists are there, and so now well-known national artist draw the participants and post all of the pictures of his art.
Wow. Very interesting.
Yeah.
So are you going back to Malaysia?
Yeah, so I really miss the opportunities there because that's also easy to run workshops in Malaysia because people like to come for even for whole day workshops. So that's quite easy to organize and run.
So are you going back to Malaysia anytime soon?
Now I can't because I have sick relatives here, so I should stay. But I'm going to move back as soon as possible.
All right. Yeah. Sounds inspiring.
Yeah, it is.
Alison, what's going on with you?
I don't know. I've been really, really busy. Really, really busy. I've got the weekend off, so I'm probably, I don't know what I'm going to do.
Maybe you need some space.
I need a break. I do need a break. Yeah, I've been working too hard. Went on a silly blooming course today for this. I told you that I've been appointed to the board for a local art league.
Oh, congratulations or not.
And they book these artists to come and teach you how to paint. They don't bother to get the money up front, and then they get upset when people don't turn up and don't pay. So my first thing was, we're not doing that anymore. So of course I've upset the man that organises that. But I said, no, I'm sorry, you can't run a business like that. This is members' money that's being wasted, and that's wrong. So we're stopping that. And then the guy that they got in was bloody awful. Complete waste of time, money, and paint. But anyway, yeah, I'm having the weekend off. Just sent my invoice in for the teaching job that I've just finished that set of classes. So the invoice went in this evening. My newsletter went up this evening. My blog post went up this evening.
Whoa.
I'm done.
You need a vacation.
Yes.
I do. I may have to go to Wales. My son's not very well, so it depends on if he gets better. I might have to get in the car and drive down there because, you know, he's still my baby. But we'll see. If not, my husband and I can just tidy up the house and drink wine. Got an empty glass now.
Oh,
he did hear. It's amazing, isn't it? They rarely listen to you. Rarely listen to you. But no, my big thing now is to try and find my way into organisations that either fit out ships or yachts or yeah. So I think I'll go and buy a few yachting magazines and have a look at the little adverts in the back and see what other people are advertising. Yeah, so that's what's on my radar for now. Yeah. That's me done. Somebody else's turn.
Okay. Michelle, what about you?
I'm working on the commission, and they're going okay. I was doing the affiliate program and had more MailChimp issues. But now I think I've got that mastered, and now it's nearly gone. So now I'm anxious to do ours, because that would really be testing everything. And I want to ask Alexis, can I take the class over?
No charge.
Yeah, what you think?
Yeah, there's no harm. We'll know.
Well, let us know if you get a green light on that.
But other than that, it's here in the States, it's Columbus Day weekend. So we have a lot of visitors here at the center. I mean, it's noisy. There's a light game in the middle of the floor, and people are having fun with it. Whoops, I'm not sure you see they're dancing around in the middle of the floor. That follows us. But anyway, that's missing the point. I'm just feeling a little pressured, but I realize it's only pressure that I'm putting on myself. So there you go.
Should you not be out there selling your work to those people that are visiting?
Yes, that's usually what I do. That's usually what I do.
What you need to do is tell them to get on the call with us, and we'll tell them how important it is that you buy from them.
Well, really, any of you should consider coming up here to be a visiting artist someday. Because you get a studio for 1 to 4 months, and you can put your work on half of it. You pay half the rent, though, so it's not a full residency, but you pay half the rent. And we have people here from all over the world. I think every continent except Oceania and Antarctica. So,
where are you?
In Alexandria, Virginia.
Oh, okay.
It'd be a great location.
Yeah. It is a great location. But it used to be that the visitors we are definitely aren't buyers. Now it's more visitors that are wanting to see what's happening. but all disciplines, all media. We're all painters, right? We're all painters. So
Yeah.
and we do have we have 150 artists that are here, and another 170 something that are part of our membership, so, that are also all over the world. And
Wow.
because it's a stone's throw from Washington, D.C., so a lot of embassy, their significant others are oftentimes artists and be here for short term. And so yeah. But, yeah, the fellow that chronicles our 44-year history is now back in Berlin. His wife was in the diplomatic corps for the German embassy, and they moved back to Germany. And,
wow.
Yeah. So it's a pretty fascinating place to be, but it's also, we don't know its future. You know. Yeah. So,
How do you apply to no, I'm quite interested in this. How do you apply? What do you have to do?
You apply for the jury, and the jury, it's an annual jury. The first part is online. It's in January. And there had been only one juror that did the first cut. And now it looks as though the city is going to put up one juror, and we're going to put up one juror. So there'll be two jurors. And then we inform the people who made it through that jury, and that usually has about 2/3 passage, because some people aren't professional artists and aren't necessarily, this isn't what they want to do. But then when they get through that, we send them out a letter of congratulations, and what they have to then do is bring in all 5 works, as well as 20 works on a thumb drive, and their artist statement, how they execute their work, whether or not, fill out the application form. And we have 2 bodies of jurors, one for 3-dimensional work, one for 2-dimensional work. And all 3 jurors basically have to agree. In the morning session on a jury day, usually we have applicants bring in their work on a Monday. Tuesday is the 2D jury, and what we have is in the morning they're assigned a scribe, and they go around individually to all of each artist's work. It's a blind jury, so they know nothing about who this person is. The work stands for itself, and they can either give that artist a 1, 2, or 4, 5, no 3s. We don't want them sitting on the fence. And then the jurors go out to lunch, and when they come back, the jury committee will have arranged the work. Those who got a score of 14 or 15 are automatically in, and then jurors who have maybe, the lower limit is pretty arbitrary, but we don't have anybody say less than 8. But from 8 to 13, and it might be 10 to 13. It depends on the number. We don't want less than 20 people being considered, but or how at least a fifth of the applicants, at that point in time. So in the afternoon, the jurors all sit as a panel, and they talk. If they say juror number 1, you give that person a 5. Juror number 2, you gave that person a 2. Juror number 3, you gave it a 4. Let's discuss. And usually it's somebody's expertise, because usually on the 2D jury, for example, there might be a printmaker, a painter, and a photographer. And they will have that expertise that they appreciate and can delineate what it is about that work that speaks to them or not. And then jurors are allowed to change their vote, but if they don't get a 14 or 15, they aren't in. So it's pretty rigorous. A lot of people, it takes, more than one time to get in. One woman applied 8 times and she got in a couple of years ago, but that says something to perseverance and, and really motivation. A lot of people don't get in the first time and they damn us. They say, oh, it wasn't worth it anyway. I got in on my second time, and I think that's probably more than the average, you know, but it's pretty rigorous. And it's we evaluate the jurors afterwards, the jury committee, and we give them a score. And we can't have re-asked a juror to rejury for 5 years. And we can never convene the same panel, because we found that in the dynamics of juries that sometimes one person has a more persuasive and louder voice than the other. So it's important that they get along in the sandbox, that they all hear one another and can contribute. And if they don't, if they strong arm, they're never invited back. So and for visiting artists, it's just one or two jurors that do it online. So, and there we do it differently. It's not a total score thing. It's that they rank however many applicants we get from the top, because it depends on how many studios are available for them to go into, and their availability depending on which month and which studios are available that month. So we usually go down the list like that. But yeah, so if any of you would like us to start a center in your neighborhood, we do have a book for sale on it somewhere. But yeah, it's been pretty successful. It's just that we're sitting on a very valuable piece of real estate right now. So,
how the book on your website or something?
You can go to torpedofactory.org or Torpedo Factory Artist Association.com. Yeah. So look for it, but we can. But I'd be happy to direct you to individuals who can answer any questions. I've been on the board. I have been on our association board for out of the 9 years that I've been here. I've been on the board 7 of those 9. I just resigned. So. Pardon me?
Oh, I was just saying, okay.
I'm sorry, Shirley Ann. I still didn't hear you.
I didn't say anything. I was just.
Oh, okay.
Just not. Okay. Yeah.
We'll send the call in just a few minutes.
Yeah, I also have to leave in about 5 minutes. But a couple of days ago, there's an artist I follow. Her name is Donna Downey. I don't know if you know her. She does a lot of mixed media and stuff. And I happened upon a video of hers on YouTube. And she has a whole house, which is her studio. And she has bedrooms decorated for her students and a beautiful dining hall. And my heart was just bursting. I was like, I want that too. So, I'm curious to read about the Torpedo Factory. So yes, I have to go and pick my son up.
Me too.
I won't be so tired.
Well, have we covered everything that we were intending to cover?
Well,
I think so. Right?
Yeah.
Have a lovely weekend, you guys.
You too.
Thank you.
Get some rest, Allison.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Have that second glass of wine.
Yeah, I've got my glass ready.
Now we can see you again. Before we could just see your blouse.
Sorry.
Looking really tired over there.
I do apologise. Okay. All right then. Well, have a good weekend, everybody.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Bye.
Take care.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.